I believe we're going to, yes, I know exactly what we're doing. I don't know why I said I believe, but we are about to start the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 run, and that's going to be Final Flame taking over the stream. And so I give you to him in just a couple seconds. And for ready to get going here in three, two, one.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. First of all, before saying anything else, thank you for all the generous donations we've had so far, which helped upgrade this category for this game from Beat the Game the Best Ending. It's one I always love showing off, and I'm really glad I get to do it here. If you don't know who I am Finalflame. Retro speedrunner, primarily with a focus on classic Sonic. I would say this is probably the game I guess I'm most known for, you could say. Now, it's not the one I harass people about the most, but it's the one I tend to have the most experience with. And I'm going to get to show it off for y'all today. So without further ado, if you're expecting Sonic 2 on Genesis, I'm not sorry. You're not getting that. Alright, with that, let's get it started in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, kicking it off, Underground. So this game was, I believe, the last game that was released prior to adding spin dashes in Sonic, so you're going to see a lot of roll jumps and general rolling movement in this game. You're also going to see a lot of lag in some stages, which you can already see right away. There we go. And already showing off what happens if you do a regular jump instead of a roll jump. You notice my jump went nowhere. That meant this stage took a lot longer than usual. Although, y'all will probably be thanking me in about 3 seconds because of this score countdown. Hope you enjoy that sound. Hope it's clearly coming through stream. There's gotta be a lot of that. Alright, since you did upgrade this to Best Ending, we have some Chaos Emeralds to collect. In this game, they are located primarily in Act 2 for the first 5 zones. Just laying out in the overworld. So you're going to see the first one coming up right here. Only slightly out of the way. Gotta jump up here, grab that, and now we're going backwards to end the stage. That was pretty good. Content with that. So there's 6 of those in total. 5 of them will be in the overworld. The 6th one is a bit special. You'll see when we get to it. And that will unlock Crystal Egg Zone. Ah, that countdown. Alright. Act 3. Those are, of course, the boss stages. There we go. Let's time that jump. So coming up on the first boss of this game, which is pretty infamous, especially if you've ever played this on Game Gear, which, quite frankly, has the better boss music. Why it's different, I don't know. Yes, that is Robotnik, saving us from near certain death in the lava to drop us to the Antlion. This is SMS. This is kind of a joke of a boss. If you ever play this on Game Gear, it is probably the hardest part of the entire game. As someone who actually grew up with this game on the Game Gear, that was my introduction to it and what led me to speedrunning, I very rarely ever got past this boss. I couldn't do it. Obviously now, I've had a lot of practice. It's not really an issue. I say that next time I play it, I'll probably die. Timing our roll off screen there, hitting the capsule. That is the first set of stages complete. And next up, we'll move on to Sky High Zone. It's kind of interesting that in Act 1 and 2 have pretty different visuals. You'll see that a couple of times. Trying to avoid a bunch of spike pits. And then coming up, we'll see if I can get this trick. It is 100% not a glitch. If you ever wondered how to use these hang gliders, the best way to use them, not quite like that, but it's just avoiding them. Okay, that was an okay backup. I didn't drop down. What I attempted to do was jump over it and clear a very long gap. It is very precise to do, though. I don't know how many frames you have to do it, but it might only be 2 at most. If you actually ever use a hang glider, you just tap left to keep your forward momentum to the right. But enough of that. I have what is, in my opinion, the actual hardest emerald in this run for me to get. So I'm gonna focus for a moment. Should be good. Good. I just did a lot of precise jumps and missed cloud. That's okay. Still a very quick stage. We take that sub 20 seconds. And with that, a long countdown. You know what, David? What have you got for us?
Well, I can't recall if we mentioned it, but we did meet our incentive for this game, right? And we're changing this from be the game to best ending, if I'm not mistaken.
Which I greatly appreciate people donating for that.
That's right. And real quick, let's just say that you're watching No Glitches Allowed 2026. No Glitches Allowed, or NOGA, is an annual charity event featuring speedruns that rely more on execution of intended mechanics than the game-breaking glitches. NOGA will be live as we speak and continue through Sunday, May 30th, raising money for Go Rescue Pet Adoption Center. And if you want to see that full schedule, just type in !schedule in the chat.
I'm glad you were talking there. I'm sure that distracted people who definitely did not see a death. That most certainly did not happen.
No.
Alright, so yeah, this fight is 2 phases. I actually did this one okay. There we go. That's how I like doing this, leaving an extra egg up on the right side. That allows me to get to this boss quicker and basically keep it in a sort of stun lock. And you'll see this stun lock later on when it's even more important. How that works is essentially, when I'm bouncing off of a boss, I am holding right to get to the edge of the screen as fast as possible. And then when I'm going back towards the boss, I am holding left. It's not apparent that I'm doing that unless you know about it, but that will be very important on the final boss of this run. Alright, Aqua Lake. I like this stage. I mean, I like all these stages. I don't like that enemy, though. So we're just gonna bounce on some water. That is intentional. And got a really cool looking ending here, if I can do it right. Nice, we did. So, not only was that swag looking, that was actually the fastest way to get to the end. That kept our momentum, but we were also sinking into the water and landed right where we needed to. If you go too fast, you'll skip across the water and end up too high. If you lose too much momentum, you'll end up in spikes. And spikes underwater are super, super laggy. You don't want that to happen. So cool. I'm happy with that. All right, Act 2, a bit of a longer stage, another one that looks visually different. We have some hidden floors and some hidden walls, and I didn't actually go into that hidden wall, and we have a lot of lag. Okay, right here, I'm going to press right, bounce on that enemy, that skips what I just talked about, a lot of spikes. You do not want to hit the spikes in this level. Oh my gosh, this level has so much lag to it already. But let's introduce another mechanic. We have these bubbles that I can control with up, down, left, right, to speed up, slow down, and move. You will see all of those controls on this stage. Right now I'm holding up to go fast. However, if you were to touch something with them, it will burst. So continuing to hold up, I actually have to slow myself down here, because I need to make it under these spikes, and staying away from the wall so it doesn't pop, and into what I like to refer the lag highway. As you can see, it is, it's kind of bad. You just mash buttons and hope you get inputs, honestly. Don't blink or you will miss the only instance of speed shoes in this game, right there. We're not going to take them. They are completely useless, no matter what category you're running. If you're doing best ending or playing this casually, you're probably in these pipes. It's not going to help you here. There's our emerald, by the way. Now we're going to go back the way we came. And if you're doing beat the game, you're about to do what you're going to see right here. And go through that wall. Again, that is not a glitch. That is 100% intentional. And thank goodness for that, because the bottom part of this level is a nightmare. Even casually. In a speedrun, you're better off dying and redoing the whole level, and that is a long level. You don't want to have to redo it. But it is that bad. Alright, and coming up to our boss, which will of course take 6 hits to kill, as has every boss up to this point. I intentionally moved kind of slow into that, and I kind of am off my rhythm, but that's okay. We can recover. So I'm trying not to get hit by this boss. However, I also don't want to jump too high between these hits, because if you are, this heal's going to do some just some extra movement. Takes a lot of time, wastes a lot of time, so you want to avoid that as much as possible. That is a boss that is quite different on the Game Gear version. Differences between the two versions are few and far between. Bosses, I'd say most of the bosses do have a bit of difference between them. Some are better, some are worse. They're just different. Actually, let's be honest, they're mostly worse in this game. Who am I kidding? Alright, there had to be a Green Hill Zone, right? So here we are, Green Hills. I want a little more momentum going down this hill. If you get this far, congratulations, have some extra lives. There is more than just those two. There's a lot of them here. As you were about to see some more. That looks good. Yep, there's another extra life. If you really needed more, there's one right above me there. I don't need them. Not only do I have 5 extra lives, I also have continues. The Chaos Emeralds in this game grant... I don't know if they all grant continues. Like, if you capture 5 of them, do you have 5 continues? I've never been to that point. I hope I never am at that point. But at the very least, I do have 1 continue from grabbing a Chaos Emerald. This stage... Yikes. Okay, well, we'll take that as a backup. This stage can be a little difficult at times. Green Hills 2 and 3 both can be a bit of a pain. This is Act 2, so we do have, of course, our next Chaos Emerald, which is fortunately easy to get, but also easy to miss. But if you miss it, you could just go back and try again. I definitely didn't almost fall off there. Nope, nobody saw anything.
I saw success.
What was that?
I saw success.
Yeah, I'm content with it. I got it. I didn't fall off. You really don't want to fall off in this stage. This is Spikes the stage. Everything you're not seeing just about at this point is Spikes, and that's not a joke. And in case you haven't noticed, there's no rings in Act 3, so you cannot take any damage. Alright, we got through that first try. But now we also have RNG the boss. You don't have that in many bosses, but this one is RNG. So far it's being kind to us. You can get either 1 or 2 hits in per cycle. Ooh, that was a little risky. Okay, beautiful RNG. We take that. That was a great stage. I'm happy. Let's go.
Get some
All right,
GGs in the chat for that one.
I'm going to take a bit of a breather for a moment for the next stage, so go ahead and have some words.
All right, I'll have some words. We do have a milestone that we're trying to reach for Super Mario World Hitless. If met, we're going to see the runner beat Super Mario World as a hitless attempt, making the run even harder. You can go ahead. We need to hit 700 for that goal. And right now, we're getting close. We're getting close. We want to top 400 before this run's over, guys. We can do that. Come on. You
Really
Sonic
want to
lovers.
see that, yeah.
Yeah, we want to see it. It'll make Tails happy.
All right, a bit of a skip here. I went up, got that invincibility box. That allowed me to skip basically half the stage. You're meant to go to the bottom right of the stage, climb up, take another minecart to the bottom left of the stage. Nah, we don't need to do all that. Why would we do that? All right, another Act 2. As mentioned, this will be our last regularly obtained Chaos Emerald. Well, be careful not to fall into the spikes. This is not a stage I want to die on. Not because, oh, I didn't know there was an extra life there. Not because it loses a lot of time, but because, man, I'll never live that one down. I died in this stage. I'm not gonna say it's the easiest stage of all time. Like, if you were to play this casually and died, that would be okay. I've speedrun this for many years at this point. I don't want to die in this stage. Other stages, perhaps. Alright, how many bombs can I get hit by? Okay. I guess we're taking the bottom route. That's fine. That's our second bomb. That's absolutely RNG manipulation. Okay. And one last bomb, which I skipped. Heck yeah! Oh, and it almost got me with the projectiles coming off of it. Alright, as this is no glitches allowed, there is a great glitch I love showing off in the next stage that was recently found, but I won't get to do that today. Instead, we have about a minute and a half of auto-scroller. David, take it away.
Well, thank you, sir. Again, we're doing all of this for the Go Rescue Pet Adoption Center. In addition to your monetary donations, ! Donate. Go Rescue is always in need of supplies to keep the pups happy and healthy. They accept dry and canned dog food, bleach, cheap paper towels, laundry detergent, furniture, and even vehicles. You can also go to gorescuedogs.com and go to the How Can I Help tab to find their Amazon wish list. Let's help out the pups, guys.
Please do. And yeah, I just have a boring boss here if you have anything else you want to discuss.
Sure. So yeah, if you're looking to donate, make sure you type that ! Donate in chat to get the link to our page where you can make a direct donation. We have amazing incentives and bid wars for you to choose from, so make sure to get those donations in to help get those met. We also have a QR code displayed during breaks, and that can be scanned using phones for easy access to the donation link. So you can do that as well. It makes it nice and easy for you.
Because Sonic speedrunners are great at counting. The boss takes 8 hits, and I absolutely miscounted and thought I just did 9. Way to go, me. Yeah, for whatever reason, starting at the 4th boss, they take 8 hits instead of 6. Why? Who knows? This is a video game of all time. And it's one I genuinely do enjoy. And hope y'all are enjoying watching this. Alright, I also hope y'all enjoy eggs and tubes, because we got plenty of both for the remainder of this run. Why the 8-bit Sonics have so many tubes, I will never know. I don't mind them, though. So this stage is a bit of a maze if you don't quite know what you're doing. We have some mazes coming up, none of which are terribly hard. So right here, going to the left, and now going down. Alright, we have a spike pit coming up, and I want you to pay attention. Right above me, there's that platform going to the right. Notice how I went to the left? I did that to respawn this platform going to the left. Normally it would go all the way to the right edge of the screen and then come back, but we actually want that back sooner so we can get in these pipes. And one last maze section. If you fail it, they'll end up back at the start of it. So yeah, nice little skip there. This game really only has one glitch in it. One usable glitch that was recently found, but as said earlier, we can't do it. So you will see a couple of skips here and there. Well, you kind of already have. But nothing game-breaking. A lot of lag there, so you saw me taking it a bit slow. There is a pit of spikes underneath that we did want to avoid. Words. I can speak sometimes. Alright. There's a really cool skip you can do in the stage. It's very hard, though, and it saves maybe a second. So I haven't even attempted it in ages, because it's just not really worth the difficulty, unless you're going for world record runs. By the way, right, that spike pit I just jumped over, it is so easy to lose your input there and fall in, and you can't get out. You are dead. Don't want to do that. Oh, in Act 2, we didn't get an emerald. Because I mentioned the last emerald is a bit special. We're going to get that here in Act 3 off of what would have been the final boss had we only been doing Beat the Game. But again, because of your generous donations, we are getting Best Ending, which I, once again, greatly appreciate. I'm sure we all do. Alright, do not roll jump onto that spike or you are in for a bad time. Spike, spring. I've learned that one the hard way. And we have more RNG on this boss. It is Silver Sonic. Considering this is the last boss of Beat the Game, you would think it would be a little harder. It's really not. Yes, there's a lot of RNG, but there's not as much danger as you would probably think. at least once you're used to it, you can just bounce off these balls. So yes, you can die, but overall, you're probably fine. And there's our last Chaos Emerald. Dropped by Silver Sonic only if you have the 5 prior. And with that, we are off to the final stages in the run, Crystal Egg Zone. Some amazing music. It's kind of funny because when I initially started playing this, I didn't fall down that gap, but also I couldn't really stand the music here, but it is absolutely growing on me. Okay, well, we'll just fall down here. Long spike pit, but it's fine. We have rings. We can honestly just damage boost across it. So, yes, minor time loss, but it's not really dangerous. As long as you have a ring, which hopefully you do at that point. And if not, it's not a problem because you're back to the start of the stage. That was another quick stage. Go on.
Sorry about that. Do I got a quick second to chime in?
Go for it.
Just a quick reminder, since it's coming up very quickly, the Sonic Generations Bid War will close as soon as that run starts. So you can decide which category we play and who we play as. Do we still want Blaze to win, or do we want to see Transfem Sonic? Who doesn't want to see that? Blaze is faster, and Sonic says trans rights.
I've never seen Transfem Sonic, so I kind of want to see it.
There you go. Yeah, so get those in. We got a little bit of time left, but plenty of time to get it going.
Yeah, this run's almost over, y'all. Assuming I can hit the flywheel. I don't know why. In the past year, that flywheel has been the hardest part of this game for me. It is just... It's invested all of its points in the dodge. Oh, and all these spikes. Good grief. This stage is not meant to be easy. It is, after all, the last regular stage in the run. We do have the boss stage coming up, which I'll try to explain a bit now. I actually kind of explained it earlier. Please get on the flywheels. If I do this boss correctly, you're going to look at it and go, what boss? Like, it's going to seem super easy, and that is the goal. My intent is to attempt to basically stun lock the boss until I get all of the hits that I need, which will be 9 hits, although it'll look like 10, I know. The first one doesn't actually count, but it does help me get into rhythm. Okay, we finally made it to the top here. I do want to mention, for this final boss, there is a small flashing lights warning. It shouldn't be too severe, and if I do it right, you might not see really anything. So that's what we're hoping for. But at this point, I am going to focus, and fingers crossed I can get this first try, and if not, I've got backups. Alright, we are trying a backup. So, that's fine. I don't actually get to show this off often, so that's why I'm going to do it now. It probably would be faster to take an intentional death. And for all I know, I might be taking an unintentional death here. Alright. I have to time everything, because all these attacks are dangerous. Again, no rings. So you notice I went around this loop 3 times the first time. This time I'm actually going to go around 6.5 times. Which might seem kind of odd. It's simply what I found that works and dodges everything. Or should work and dodge everything. So I'm going to hold down at this point, even though it looks dangerous. And we might be good. Oh my gosh, the lag. Please jump. Okay. That's not how you want that boss fight to go. But I'm happy I got to show off the backup strat. I don't usually get to do that. Oh. Okay, I guess I'll take that. And you might be wondering, well, why did we just do all this? We're here to save our buddy Tails. Why we're saving Tails, we're not quite sure. Tails likes to troll us in some later Sonic games, but here we are. And with that, that is time. Okay, I think I only had, what, 2 deaths? Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, awesome. And with that, just some quick shout-outs to the Classic Sonic community. This game does not have a lot of runners. I wish it had more. It's nice when I see more run submissions on SRC or people asking about the game. I wish more people would play it. It's a lot of people have memories of it that it's, you know, kind of dangerous or hard. It's not all that bad, especially once you speedrun it. There are people that say this game is pretty simple and fun to speedrun. I am one of them. 100%. I love it. I do also have, they're kind of outdated at this point, but I do have video tutorials, and I'm willing to answer any questions. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for me for the day. Well,
All
thank
right,
you.
everybody. Yeah. Thank you, Flame, for doing this awesome speed run, bringing us back to the past here with some Sonic running, and that's always welcome for nostalgia's sake. Everybody in the chat, please give a GG and thank Finalflame for his hard work and skills for this game. And we will be back in a second for our very next run, which is going to be Sonic Generations. And yeah, we will be right back in a few seconds. So thank you so much, guys. All right. Hello, everybody. It's DJ Clark 21. I'm back here, just getting everything set up for our next run, and I wanted to go over some of our bid wars and incentives coming up. Yet here we do have the milestone still out there for Super Mario World. We got to reach $700 for that. We're currently we're over 50% of that, so let's just keep rolling and keep that going. And the bid war for Sonic Generations. I want to say that we're still going, and you have until we start the run here. I think to get that bid war closed to your liking, so you can decide which category we play and who we play as. So we can have Blaze or Transfem Sonic, and who doesn't want to see any of that? Blaze is faster, and Sonic says trans rights. So let's choose here what we got. It's going to close right at the beginning of Sonic Generations when we get going here in just a little bit. And we will be back with our runner Akio in just a few minutes. So hang tight. Exclamation donate in the chat. Exclamation schedule if you want to see what's coming up for the rest of the week, and then exclamation incentives and exclamation charity for info about the charity. Thanks everybody for being here, and thank you so much for all donations so far. We'll be right back for a lot more fun.